パンチを顔面のパンチを井上尚弥が使ってきました。相手に意識を感じますよね。
続けていこうという声が出てます。
もらっちゃったんで、
ここからですね。
これが
的確に、そして史上最強の体になった。そして河野公平。
顔面の
しかし今日は井上チャンピオンの左の
この体を使っていや覚悟右のボディ。今は
井上選手のボディが少しずつ
コンセプションに負けた序盤のディフェンスの失敗を
すごいですね。防衛戦のその内容には井上尚弥、そして史上のにわかぶり体になったすごい戦いになりました。日本対決
チャンピオンサイドですけれども、ショートアッパーをうまく使っていけばいいです。
シングアナウンサー何のリポートです。さあ今度はショートアッパー左のボケ23歳11戦11勝全勝の井上尚弥に
ブロックしているので、さほどダメージっていうものはないと思います。パンチを当ててますね。
そうですね。ただこの5ラウンドは内容には河野がパンチを逆に相手に何もさせずに圧倒して勝つと話しているのがチャンピオン。ダメージもあるはずなんですが、
そうですね。
今の河野選手の
そうなんですね。さあ今度はショートアッパー
1ラウンド目よりをかなり
11戦11勝全勝のそろそろもっと強いインパクト、チャレンジャー河野を見せていくか。右を返してくる
立ち上がりじゃないですかね。
そうですね。この5ラウンドは河野がこれも井上尚弥相手に何もさせずに今回井上尚弥が河野対策として重点的にやってきた部分でもあります。ケンさん、これも両者早いラウンドで決めようという、そんな今回は下半身を鍛えたことで今まで以上のパンチがそろそろもっと強いインパクト、飛び込んでる右河野を進めていくか。
気持ちが強く出てますね。
そうですね。いや両者がこんな話もしていました。これも井上尚弥、いやそして長谷川澄さん、さらに右のフック、まず井上サイドから見たポイント、どういうところになりますか。これも両者自分がちゃんと対応できるんだ、そう話していた井上尚弥。今回は下半身を鍛えたことで今
この河野選手が戦ってきた中で
破壊力のあるパンチが打てるようになったと。
まあ冷静に見てるんで、パンチをもろにやってるわけではないんで、
こんな話をしていました。そのテリトリー争いをしっかりと先生が、そして長谷川澄さん、井上尚弥、さらに右のフック、
ダメージも効いてますね。
ただ河野が前に出た。大崎氏が自分はちゃんと、さあ細かいパンチは井上尚弥の的確にここはさばいていきます。いやー河野も出ます。12ラウンドで行われます。
戦わないと本当に厳しい戦いになりますよ。ボディも全チャンピオンですからね。
ディフェンス能力、とにかく何もさせないんだ。井上尚弥が詰める。しっかり詰めてくる。いや前に出ている河野、一気に近づいてまたパンチが出ます。両者の距離感、愚直なまでにパンチを重ね、尚弥4度目の防衛戦、相手は12ラウンドで行われます。
戦わないと本当に
画面右の井上尚弥です。河野公平を見ています。左の深絡み、プロ12戦目とプロ43戦目の一戦です。
上げていこうというそういう指示です。
見えにくくなりますから、
そうなんですね。
するときですよ。
一気にしっかりと相手の動きを見極めて井上尚弥です。両者の距離感、あっという間に2分経過までにパンチを
聞いたからといって下がればもう
なかなか厳しい戦いになるんで、
さらにボディショートアッパー、
でも後半も厳しくなっていくので、今の戦い方は非常にいいと思いますよ。
井上がさらに攻め込んで第1ラウンドの立ち上がり、いや山本選手しっかりと
出てくる方に対していろいろ考えながら戦ってるんで、そういったところはなかなか引きずりますよ。
立ち上がりがやっぱりいいしね、厳しい戦いになるんで、
タッチが早いで合わせてこないから心配せずに左のジャブで作れて、
後半も
そして
厳しくなっていくので、
河野公平さん思って望んでいる今回の防衛戦 WBA のタイトル、それをなくしました。勝つというのが井上尚弥の理想とするボクシング。じわじわと距離を詰めながら、さあ持ち味出てますよね。
そうですね、河野選手は
休憩をというチャンピオン、右、とにかく今右の
左のジャブで作れて、
このアッパーというのが一つ、河野公平さん、第2ラウンド残り30秒、今回の防衛戦、世界チャンピオンを取り戻すそのチャンスを、ちょっとこれは井上尚弥選手はどうなんでしょう、この距離というのは。
それを詰めるという指示でした。
はい、じわじわと距離を詰めながら井上尚弥と、そして河野公平、日本人同士による、そして休憩をという思いを込めたそのパンチ、河野公平、右、とにかく入れる、さあ前に出て、
ばしい試合ですよ。
そうですね
はい。
第2ラウンドは残り30秒。あの4ラウンドで
効いてると思いますよ。
そうですね距離を詰めてただそこから WB を通さなくてはいけないと話しているのが河野公平。そのチャンスをちょっとこれは井上尚弥選手はどうなんでしょうこの距離というのは。
距離を詰めるから
右のアッパーを出してきました
悔やんでるっていうところもありますよね。
そうですね日本36歳河野公平そして思いを込めた河野公平。さあ具志堅さん、この試合打たせて、そしてカウンターを取っていけとそういう指示を出ています。
攻撃を食らってしまうんで、もう必死にいってますから。
バッカーね、集中してたら上も今度狙われますからね。
今は右が2つ。さあボディの打ち合い。左のボディ。チャンピオンの
こういう接近戦で、その戦い方はしないと。
河野が触っていく。左の受けだ。
井上選手は
今も右のフック、それもしっかりガードしている。
It is with a great honor that I stand before you on behalf of the consortium of telco operators.
さあ右の
Knowledge-based economy depends on broadband
この試合打
networks
たせて
that are
そしてカウン
accessible,
ターを取っていくと
affordable,
攻
secure,
撃を食らってしまうんで、もう必死にいってますから。
バッカーね、集中してたら上も
kwa
今度
ajili
狙
ya
われますから
makabidhiano ya
ね。
minara 758 ambayo tumeijenga kwa mashirikiano na kupa mawasiliano kwa wote, na minara hii tumeisambaza sehemu mbalimbali vijijini. Sisi kwa upande wetu wa Yasi tumeijenga asilimia 33, na hii inafanya jumla ya minara 2700 ambayo mpaka sasa hivi
今も右のフック、
Yasi
それもしっかりガードしてい
We
ま
look
した。
forward to continue to work with you, government, and
WBA の
digitizing
チャンピオンとい
Tanzania
う
through similar
さあ
projects.
前に左のボディ。
Mungu ibariki Tanzania.
23歳チャンピオン。前に出た方が井上がやりづらいという指示が出ています。そして井上が4度目の防衛成功。さあチャンピオン井上尚弥が河野公平の元に行って握手を交わしました。そして井上尚弥の腰に WBA 皆さん今日はどうもありがとうございました。河野公平が出てきた。
Fighting out of the blue corner with his trainer, Christian Rodriguez, from Margarita, Santa Fe, Argentina, Marcos, El Chino.
目の前には世界が広がっています。2017年もすごいテク
And
ニカ
fighting
ル
out
の
of the
コー
red
チでした。
corner with his trainer, Kevin Cunningham, wearing black with white and red. The fighting pride of St. Louis, the former two-time world champion,
そして井上尚弥の腰に
Alexander the Great.
Peter Petrov in the fourth round. We saw Alexander, who took 30 kids into a gym to get
Fighting
him
out
off
of
the
the blue
streets.
corner with his trainer, Christian Rodriguez. From
Right hand by Maidana, left hand.
Argentina, Marcos, El Chino, Maidana. And fighting out of the red
From
corner
Alexander.
with his trainer, Kevin Cunningham,
right on the
wearing black with white and red.
And that's another thing Kevin Cunningham was trying to tell Devin.
The former two-time world
Him to allow Maidana to be close enough to land a big shot.
Maybe not this round, but BSMA Smoker can't let it get away with that.
Now he does.
We saw Alexander, who took 30 kids into a gym to get him off the streets.
punch him in the heads underneath.
T-Say dropped Alexander. He's saying that he thinks he
Right
can knock him
hand
out.
by Maidana, left hand from Alexander.
But Mike, it started to turn in that round.
See, if he attacks first like that, he'll be okay.
Especially the last one where he kind of faded, and some of the other ones that the weight was an issue in that.
Him to allow Maidana to
We've seen him at 140, guys. Sometimes he looked anchored into the smoke.
Devin Alexander lands a shot and he grabs.
Now he does.
Double right hand.
Somehow this guy is still there throwing bombs late.
T-Say dropped
Sharper,
Alexander.
more
He's saying
effective
that
punches.
he thinks he can knock him out.
But
And
it
the round
started
number
to
2 around,
turn in
which
that
Maidana
round.
definitely
See, if he attacks first like that, he'll be okay.
especially the last one where he kind of faded, and some of the other
Forget
ones
about
that
the head.
weight was an issue.
Attack the
in that.
body. Before with a straight right lead that was down the middle, but it kind of fell short. And Alexander countered with a beautiful right hook. Well, Madonna coming in. Alexander countered with an overhand left to the ear.
In the first round, Alexander 9 of 39 with his punches
Somehow
towards
this
the
guy
top
is
of
still there
box.
throwing
And that's when the
bombs
problem starts.
See if Devin Alexander can be the first to avoid that fate. With him, won't let him either. Maidana's fought Victor Ortiz, Amir Khan.
But this is what Maidana wants to do. He wants to turn into a punching match because that's his only chances of really winning this fight. He's back in Maidana lead that was down the middle, but it kind of fell short.
Good body shot by Alexander.
And it gives the opponent a chance.
Alexander countered it overhand left to the ear. That you don't have to run from him. You can box him and just step around it.
Maidana, like every other human being in the world, doesn't like it to the body. First to avoid that.
Push Maidana down, keep Smoker ward off.
Maidana's fought Victor Ortiz.
Something that he has dealt with.
This is what Maidana wants to take it up.
Shoots the right left hand and another one.
Devin's done this for most of the fight with a cut right over his right eye.
Hands, and he's southpaw. Because couldn't reach or they didn't receive the message as well. But
when the other guy gets wild, boy, so long as he's calm,
you don't have to run from him. You can box him and just step around it.
Maidana, like every other human being in the world, doesn't like it to the body.
Push Maidana 30, Smoker ward off. Well, the fighter in him won't let him.
Kevin Cunningham told him you hurt him to the body over the last couple of fights. The one danger in that kind of advice to the fight, when it was announced, the boxing world was excited. That straight left hand tonight.
Straight left hand backs Maidana up again.
Or with a sharper kid of puncher. He's a knockout fighter just like that. That's all he wants to do.
Appeared to quit after sustaining.
See, Alexander absorbed that shot.
Of those 39 well, the fighter in him won't let him.
Kevin Cunningham told him you hurt him to the body
over the last couple of fights.
The one danger in that kind of advice, when it was announced, the boxing world was excited. That straight left hand tonight.
Not much better than he would have at 140. Or with the sharper kid of puncher. He's a knockout fighter just like that. That's why he wants to quit.
He can use his opponent's aggression against him.
He would have at 140.
Really can use his opponent's aggression against him.
Right,
versus, as I said, unorthodox style of Maidana, 140 pounds. But so far, Roy, it looks to me that we saw that against Urango.
And that's what he's doing right now. Right. That's
versus, as I said, unorthodox
just
style
with the uppercut.
Maidana,
good body shot.
Shining or slapping here. So far, Roy, it looks to me that we saw that against Urango. Maidana coming out much more aggressively in this round.
Uses his shoulder.
Good body shot. Good shot.
Maidana 7 of 22, but of those 7 connects, 5 of 8 in the power category. Uses his shoulder.
You got to stop holding 4 or 5 times. You take a point.
It's beautiful and it looks very powerful.
Maidana 7 of 22, but of those 7 in his arsenal, 5 of 8 in the power category.
Good shot.
Right-left combination by Alexander.
1 or 2 in their grab. Like that. It's beautiful and it looks there it was. We're back that time.
And you touch him and slide. You can do this all night. And you ain't got to do no step around, slide around.
You be first. Come in with the right to his chest.
Like those the jab, the right, straight left to the body. Followed by a good stiff left cross jab. Then he landed a straight left and stepped outside of Maidana's jab and then a beautiful straight left.
Come in with the right to his chest.
Look at it, 2-0, 20-18, Devin Alexander. He moves in, he lands a couple shots, but Alexander tries to
against Victor Ortiz in a fight that's going back to win.
Good left hand by Alexander.
He trusts his skills. He's really very effective.
I would think that Maidana's going to want to go to that body and test that body.
That looks like his plan early in the fight.
Knocking Maidana down is not the hard part. Keeping him down. In Maidana's case, it's very good advice.
Maidana's going to want to go to that body. Maidana has landed a total of 18 punches.
Knocking Maidana down is not the hard part. Keeping him down.
Round number 8 underway, scheduled for 10.
Maidana's case, it's very good advice.
This is smart though for Alexander to push Maidana back 18
punches. All right, let's check in with our unofficial ringside score, Harold.
Okay, but telling Devin, you got to find the eye of the hurricane, that space where tried to be cautious. Maidana had some moments, and now Alexander's going back to beating him up.
Good right hook to the body. Maidana comes back and touches Alexander to the body.
That space where
don't punch him when you got his head locked.
Maidana had some moments.
Good right hook.
Alexander's going back
to his advantage. Right hook to the body.
Yeah, the judges see that Maidana feels that there's no shoot.
When he's first, it works out well for him.
It slows Maidana down too. Good
Whenever
right hook.
Maidana's been knocked down, he gets up to knock his man down by running him into shots. And that's how this round started.
He's first.
Kid can take Devin can take a better punch off. Slows Maidana down 40.
Yeah, 2 really good shots and then he grabs the
counter. His man down.
Good stiff jab too by Alexander.
And that's how this round started.
kid can take Devin.
It's not Alexander trying to force the action. And when he tightens up, it feels as though he's not trusting in his skill.
There's 3 or 4, and it did good things for him.
That was 3 there. That was good 3 there. Smart 3.
It's not Alexander trying to force
This would be a whole lot easier.
and when he tightens up, it feels as though he's not
Come on, tell it on the inside.
There's
3 or 4, and it did good things for him.
That was 3 there. That was good 3 there. Right hook to the head. The best right hook he's landed all night. A lead left hook. McDonough lands on stepping right, and Devin lands on stepping. Well, good overhand left.
Begin round number 4, according to referee Steve Smoger, the cut on the right eye of Alexander.
Maidana is not a slick fighter, but either was Matisse, an injury due to a head lift.
Good shot by Alexander. Use that jab, keep that bait. You'd be much better off and relax.
Maidana is not a slick fighter, but either was Matisse, an injury due to a head lift.
Good shot by very much. Use that jab, keep that bait. Because when he's first, he's giving Maidana blues. Definitely could.
Good action here, Devin.
And it started with a body shot.
Very much
Newfound stamina at this new weight. Let's see if Maidana makes this hard for 4 or 5 rounds.
Definitely could.
Good body shot by Alexander. Shoots a left hand to the head of Maidana. Again, he goes left to the body, right back.
Maidana is really, it's not a real good night for him so far.
I actually thought Maidana might have won this fight. Shoots a left hand to the head of Maidana. Again, he goes left to the body, right back.
He's not controlling with a jab, and it's causing him to get a little erratic himself. I hope it's just something he does, because I usually don't like when Alexander starts to burn his punches.
Bradley, Matisse,
He's not controlling with a jab, and
It
it's
hurt his
causing
man
him
at
to get a
some
little
point.
erratic himself. I hope it's just something he does, because I usually don't like when Alexander starts to burn his punches.
Bradley,
The straight left.
Matisse.
Looked like a knockdown to me.
Yeah, I think maybe because Alexander.
Defensive strategy. Alexander's moving his hand. Maidana does better. I still think that Devin's carrying around.
He's asking for a break.
Alexander's a very hard body puncher. He does look more comfortable. Alexander naturally filled out at the weight.
Yes, he does.
Better. I still think that Devin's carrying
The control, the charging Maidana.
Stop that kind of aggressive hard body.
That's why Kevin wants him to relax and be calm. He does have one his left eye. Yes, he does. Good straight left hand by Devin Alexander.
The latest good left hand to the body by Alexander.
And that's why Kevin wants him to relax.
The guy who's landing the cleaner, harder, sharper punches, it's very, very clear to the judges.
Power so far, 147 pounds.
Alexander.
The guy who's landing the cleaner, harder, sharper
Maidana
punches,
may have
it's very,
beaten
very clear to
Matisse
the
2 or
judges.
3 times as amateur. Now he's got Maidana trying to protect his body a little bit more, so he's not committing.
In fact, there was booing in his hometown when the decision was announced.
Maidana may
Maybe
have
he'd be better served letting his hands move a little bit
Now
more.
he's got Maidana trying to protect his body a little bit more, so he knows that he has to make it a dog fight to try to get Alexander into those late rounds.
Was announced.
Maybe he'd be better served letting his hands move a little bit more.
In most
Alexander's
cases,
Yeah, no, but I mean, because he's fighting Maidana in particular.
Or down psychologically, too, knowing that he only has to go 10 rounds instead of 12.
show on the output of his punches. In most
So
cases,
far, Devin Alexander's probably having the easiest time of all.
powerful punches, Maidana is, Alexander doing smart.
Make no reference really to something Devin mentioned, and we aired it earlier. Devin Alexander's probably having the easiest time of all.
Powerful punches, Maidana is, Alexander doing smart.
Make no reference really to something Devin mentioned, and we aired it earlier.
And he's allowing Maidana to be first, like right there.
Just like that. You're exactly right. And I was hoping to get to about 5 or 6 rounds before we start seeing that.
Maliza kibingwa na NBC. Fanya malipo ya manunuzi kwa urahisi kupitia NBC kiganjani kwenye lipa namba yoyote. Piga nyota 150 nyota 55 reli au pakua app ya NBC kiganjani sasa.
NBC daima karibu nawe.
Knocked down with a straight left hand, bam, right on the button. That was clearly a knockdown. Miscalled by a ref. But
Alexander relaxed with his power shots. According to CompuBox, he landed 20 of 48.
Right to the head of Maidana. Knocked down with a straight left hand, bam, right on the button. That was
Similar, but between the two, Maidana more popular.
Alexander relaxed with
his
his
body
power
looks
shots.
firm
According to
and much more
CompuBox, he
stronger
landed
than it
20
did at
of
40.
48.
Maidana's faced some very big punchers in his career and has been down, including, so sometimes he's in range to be hit, but it's because he's also doing some hitting.
And that's not right. His key defense is the grip.
Look at this. Wind creep low. So look, we're going to answer the question no matter how we come out of this thing.
but it's because he's also doing some hitting. So if it were easy for Devin, it would be a first.
And he does relax tonight a lot much more than he has in the past.
I got to tell you, I hate fighters who clinch excessively. Easy for Devin. In this case,
good shot by him. Relax tonight a lot much more than he has.
He's used the shots to the body. Maidana pouring in. Alexander did touch him with the left.
This case.
And remember, it's only 10 rounds.
Good shot by him.
Really good shot, effective shots. Kind of punches that the judges see.
Devin's punches here are having a real effect on him.
When Devin's first, he's
Cunningham in the corner telling Devin to relax.
That stopped Maidana right in his tracks.
That's a good right body shot by Maidana. Slows that steamroll down a little bit. When Devin's first, he's body shot.
Yup, and Maidana backs up and takes a left hand and goes down.
That's a good right body shot by Maidana too. Slows that steamroll down a little bit.
Waved it off, but Maidana in trouble here in the sixth. Yup, and Maidana backs up and takes a left hand. But now when he's in the ring in front of Maidana.
Yeah, could.
Waved it off, but Maidana in trouble here in the left hand. From Alexander. But now when he's in the ring in front of Maidana. Alexander looking to finish the eighth strong.
He ain't on my side fucking right now. If this is on my side, I don't need him on my fucking
left
side.
hand.
80-72, 8 rounds to nothing. Devin Alexander.
Oh, Alexander's cut on his right eye. He will be first to board.
And as usual, the fighter is as much to blame for those clinches as Alexander.
But I need him boxing more. This fight could be easy if he was just boxing.
He will be first to board.
Rush thinks too much good left hand by Alexander.
He's as much to blame for those clinches as Alexander.
But I need him boxing
big wide
more.
shots.
This fight
It was
could
a
be
very
easy
good fight, a very close fight. Like you just did right
Rush
there.
thinks too much good left hand by
Yeah, body attack right there. That'll take that ball away from him. He told him to hit him if he comes in or he got a chance to. Very good fight, a very close fight. Like you just did right there. Yeah, body attack still has to be careful because Maidana is still dangerous. He told him to hit him if he comes in or he got a chance to.
That's not necessarily Devin's temperament, though.
Nope, and it's early.
Because he was relaxed. That's what he means by easy and boxing.
And now,
That's not necessarily
like that. He attacked first that time. That's what he had to do. Because he was relaxed. A good body shot by Maidana.
Maidana really does. And those shots on offense flow a little
Like
easier.
that. He attacked first that time. That's what he had to do. A good body shot by Maidana.
Maidana really does. And those shots on offense flow a
That's
little
exactly
easier.
right. That's exactly right.
Like
Like
left
that.
to the body and a right to the
Like
head.
that.
To the body and a right to the
Sometimes you hear
head.
a trainer tell a guy just stick, hold him if he gets in,
But he won't keep doing it. But he won't keep doing it.
Good counter shot by Alexander. Alexander landed 23 of 50 power shots in the ring. Thumping combinations from Alexander. He looks pretty relaxed, Kevin Cunningham.
He's got to be careful, though, because he will test his body because he knows that he's been down for body shots. He's been down for body shots. See, right there is deadly for. See, right there is deadly. Because he got caught with a good shot. Because he got caught with a good shot.
Strong performance by Devin Alexander. For Marcos. Maidana, he tried to make it rough. Push the attack. Let's take a look at the numbers. Strong performance by Devin Alexander. 93 to Maidana's 419. He landed. For Marcos Maidana, he tried to make it rough. He did hurt Maidana. Push the attack. A body shot and then a shot to the head. Jabs, an area in which Alexander Let's take a look at the numbers. First of all, he was busier. So 493 to Maidana's 419. He landed, and you see 149 of 396. He did hurt Maidana in the sixth round. A body shot and then a shot to the head. Jabs, an area in which Alexander did not excel as far as his accuracy. Didn't necessarily use it as much. But
After 10 rounds of dynamite welterweight action. We go to the scorecards.
From Kansas City, Missouri's Convention Center, 10 rounds for the vacant IBC World
Unanimous decision.
Heavyweight Championship. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the white. From Kansas City, Missouri's Convention Center, 10 rounds for the vacant IBC World Heavyweight Championship. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the white, trimmed with gold and red. He comes into the ring from Coral Springs, Florida. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the biggest left hookers in the business today. He is Donovan Ray. Fighting out of the blue. He brings his wearing the black, trimmed with red and white. From Jay, Oklahoma, he brings his professional record of 44 victories with only 2. World heavyweight and one draw. Ladies and gentlemen, the former WBO World Heavyweight Champion, Tommy. There's only one thing left.
And across the way
To say. Let's get ready here.
Hey, Razor Ruddock, the man who gave Mike Tyson two difficult. And across the way, hey, Razor Ruddock, the man who gave Mike Tyson two difficult. Bouts left eye doesn't look like. Remember the last. Here's the Morrison attack to the body, and then some years ago. Cut to the head. Remember the last time Ruddock was in any kind of a major fight several years ago by Morrison. Ruddock was against Lennox Lewis. The hook blocked by Morrison. Ruddock.
Well, you'd think that Ruddock would want to lure Morrison into a clinch so that he can work his way out of it.
We talked about the stamina of both men. Morrison has had trouble as he's gone into later rounds. I was going to remind people of this nice uppercut by Ruddock. We talked about the stamina of both men. Morrison has had trouble as he's gone into later rounds. I was going to remind people of the nice uppercut by Ruddock.
The whole essence of this now he gets it. What time of the battle is that one mistake could end it immediately. And did not fire the uppercut. Now he gets it in.
Will Morrison box? Is there room to box? No. Oh, there goes Morrison! He leaned in and got whacked with an uppercut. Will Morrison box? Is there room to box? No, he's going to go after Razor Ruddock. Focus support their hero, Tommy Morrison. Their hero, Tommy Morrison.
We'll try to put him away here, loading up with everything. Loading up with everything. Tommy Morrison got hurt by the right hand. He couldn't bring his jab back.
Ruddock has done a nice defensive job. Good combinations by Morrison. Ruddock has not thrown many punches since he knocked Morrison down. Morrison is nailing him though.
Morrison got hurt by the right hand. He couldn't bring his jab back.
Ruddock has done a nice defensive job. Good combinations by Morrison. Ruddock has not thrown many punches since he knocked Morrison down. Morrison is nailing him though. Tommy Morrison down early here in round one, but now fighting his way back and landing his share of shots. That is, go to the body and then throw combination. He's unable to do that. Big hook by Ruddock.
Ruddock faked the left hook and almost landed the right hand. Tommy Morrison answered and opened up.
There's the uppercut. Landing. This time, Morrison absorbs the punch.
At this point, Ruddock did not parlay. Was knocked down. Become very cautious so they don't open up. But Tommy Morrison was accepting the George Foreman fight, that they would get the decision, but that the fight will go all the way.
Ruddock landing some big shots here.
That's a money punch for both guys.
Ruddock is not a guy that throws a lot of punches.
Don't left hook with the left hooker, but that's the money punch for both guys. Razor Ruddock stood up after that one.
Razor Ruddock now
Did not. Ruddock, with his good left hook, has neutralized Morrison. A moment ago, Ruddock had Tommy Morrison right in front of him and did not. Ruddock, with his good left hook, has neutralized Morrison's. With strong offensive skills, not just chins.
Ruddock has a big problem with Morrison. What Morrison may have learned is that on the inside, Ruddock is much more dangerous in that uppercut.
Morrison was busy backing off and was happy that the punch didn't get in.
Oh, big hook by Ruddock, and he lands an uppercut.
Morrison was busy backing off and was happy. Maybe he wanted to clear his head.
Oh, another right on Ruddock, and he lands an uppercut. The advice given to Morrison was combinations, and in fact that has been what's worked for him in this fight.
And we talked in the open about Ruddock not using his right hand enough. There he did.
Ruddock has fought once in the last 15 months against.
And we talked in the open about Ruddock not using his right hand enough. There he did. Ruddock just missed with that one.
Neither man willing to
just missed with that.
Again, there we get back to that. Neither man willing to throw too much there. And again, there we get jab by Morrison. I now say, folks, who's going to get tired? Because both men are showing some signs of who's going to get tired. Because both men.
Ruddock hadn't shown that in other fights. No, Ruddock hadn't shown that in other fights, but he still paid for it.
Oh!
But he still paid for it.
Oh, Ruddock with a right uppercut. Razor Ruddock got Ruddock for the same punch to knock Morrison down. Lifted.
Because of the gloves on the top of the rope.
Yeah.
Being used as a support.
I guess the stoppage of the year when the fight was stopped against Mike Tyson by referee Richard Steele. We talked about both men. They're having very good left hands, but it's going to be right uppercut by both men that has been the big weapon in this fight.
Being used as a support.
Again, it's stoppage of the year when the fight was stopped against Mike Tyson by referee Richard Steele. We talked about both men having very good left hands, but it's going to be right uppercut by both men that has been the big weapon in this fight. Morrison is nailing him though. Shows you how slow Ruddock is moving. Shows you how slow
Ruddock cutting off the ring, sets up the right hand.
Sets up the right hand. Down in the first round. Razor Ruddock. A standing 8 count in the second. Now Morrison has gotten off the canvas to win before against Joe Hip, against Carl the Truth Williams. He's done it. Tommy Morrison comes out smoking here in round 2, but did not land any of those punches. The second. Now Morrison has gotten off the canvas to win before against Joe Hip, against Carl the Truth Williams. He's done it. Tommy Morrison comes out smoking here in round 2, but did not land any of those punches. They wanted the 16-foot ring Morrison. Now it may not serve him well if he has to buy. Razor Ruddock is hurt now. Good body combination by Morrison. Virtually no effective punches on the outside, but Ruddock is talking to him. Ruddock doing a very good round 2. It's Morrison's turn to hurt Ruddock. Seems like Morrison had a big advantage there. No effective punches on on the outside, but there is the jab of Ruddock. Ruddock doing a very nice job of blocking that left hook. It just seemed like Morrison had a big advantage there that they took away from him.
No, and Ruddock hadn't shown that in other fights.
Morrison tried the jab, and Ruddock had a shot against Ruddock with the hook. People watch these early rounds quite close.
This fight is exactly Morrison using his jab more in this round. A safe shot. The left hook.
Inside Ruddock is. Had a shot against Lennox Lewis that turned into disaster for him. He could throw combinations as he did just then.
And this fight is exactly what it was supposed to be. You look for the left hook. You worry
in a week or so in Las Vegas.
About the left hook.
Inside Ruddock is. Now Morrison's punches look like Foreman. But oh my, took a big left. Halfway through round 3, Morrison trying to use that jab. Good right hand. Ruddock throwing more right hands than we are